The RCMP has opened a criminal investigation into a COVID-19 related death in the workplace. This is all tied to the massive outbreak at the Cargill meat plant in High River, Alberta. We reported on that so extensively last spring because 950 people got sick. That was nearly half of the plant's workforce. This is the first known case in Canada of police investigating a COVID-19 workplace outbreak, and our own Dave Seglins has been investigating the investigation. He's here live with us with more. David, I'm interested in this. Tell us more about this case itself.
Well, as you mentioned, it was a massive outbreak, 950 workers who got sick. 3 of those workers died. On Friday, the family of one of the men, Benito Casada, he was a 51-year-old father of 4, originally from Mexico. Their family went to the RCMP and filed a formal complaint alleging negligence by the company. The family accuses Cargill of failing to take reasonable steps to protect workers in the early months of the outbreak. Now, we're going to show you a photo here. This is the processing line inside the Cargill plant. This is the family, but let's take a look at the inside the plant photo. What it shows is how close people are working side by side. And the allegations in the criminal complaint is that when COVID hit, there wasn't enough adaptation, not enough PPE, not enough physical distancing brought into the plant, and that the virus was able to spread. And the allegations even go further, saying that Cargill cleared workers who were sick and had even tested positive for COVID to continue working. On Friday, Benito Casada's daughter, 16-year-old Ariana, is the one who on Friday walked into the RCMP to file the complaint.
My dad passed away 8 months ago, and since then, we feel his absence every single day. There's not a moment that goes by that we don't think of him, and I want all the people at Cargill, especially the authority figures, every day when they go to work, to think of him every single day, because every single day I have to live with the fact that I don't have a dad anymore.
And Heather, the RCMP have told us they have now opened a file. They are beginning an investigation. Cargill, we contacted over the weekend, has declined to comment on the specifics. They haven't seen this complaint yet.
So, as I was mentioning, David, this is the first known police investigation into a potential COVID fatality at a workplace. What are the questions that this raises about that whole issue, safety in the Canadian workplace, David?
I think the key question is our provincial health and safety system enough to monitor and protect workplaces, especially during COVID? Now, CBC has looked at cases in every province. We found a total of 33 cases of workers dying of COVID tied to the workplace. That's according to figures from the provincial worker compensation boards. In most cases, it's left to the provincial labor authorities to investigate. But in the early days, experts we spoke to say that system collapsed. Inspectors couldn't get inside. They were only monitoring through video and Zoom calls. Now in Ontario, we know of 3 worker deaths, women who worked in long-term care homes, personal support workers, Arlene Reed, Sharon Roberts, and Christine Mandagarian. Those 3 died from COVID. Their union alleges that their employers didn't adequately protect frontline workers, didn't supply proper PPE and infection control. The union has asked the police in Toronto and Peel region to launch criminal probes. Now, in those cases, police have declined to do so, and they're leaving it to the provincial authorities. Heather?
David, thank you very much. Dave Seglins there investigating what has been going on at Cargill, and more online here on CBCNews.ca as well if you want to read even further. I want to show you what is